Yeah, one unspoken rule about trading. Many will say trading is difficult, many will say understanding the market structure is easy, this and that. Or particularly, I would say being a technical analyst is quite simple. But the trick comes when you decide to trade. Alright, so this video I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to run down analysis on ADCHF, share my thought process and how we'll get into this trade. Okay, so there are two things I'm looking out for this trade. One is to take a swing trade on a daily time frame, and then two is to take short-term buys, which is scalp trading. Okay, so in daily time frame now, you can already see what the market is doing. I think I've already mapped out a couple of things for you to see. I'm showing the broker structures, the inducement, the key level at this point. Okay, so having seen that the market has actually reacted from my key level on the daily time frame, the only thing I'll be looking at now for is sales. Probably I'll go down to the lower time frame now and then I'll take quick sales up until I find the confirmation on daily time frame to take my swing trade. Okay, so scaling down to 12 time frames. I like starting from 4 hours to 12 hours, but for now I'll just scale down to 2 hours so as to be quick with this particular video. Alright, so here in 2 hour time frame, the only very prominent thing now is the previous thing the market has done. There is no change of character yet, showing that the market has changed from the downtrend to the uptrend. But for this particular thing now, the move it has done so far is this break of structure to the downside and then the last high right here. This move was actually what tapped into the key level on the downside. Okay, so at this moment now, I'm looking at this particular setup and the only thing I'm seeing is sells. Reason being that I've not gotten from a 2 hour time frame a break of a change of character that's swapping from or a market shift swapping from downtrend to uptrend. So my bias particularly is still a downtrend. I'm still looking to take trades on downtrends from a 2 hour time frame. But then if I go down to much lower time frames, let's say um 30 minutes for example, check if I can find any move, any scalp trade I can see. Okay, so here yes, I'm actually seeing a scalp trade, a counter trend. Let me put it that way. Let me have this thing. So I'm actually seeing a counter trend here that I can actually take quick buys, like quick buys from here, starting from, I think this was the first shift in market structure. Yeah, so I can actually take quick buys from here up until this key level or this one above. So that's just an idea of what the market might do. It's not really what I think it will do, but let's analyze further to see what's going to happen. So yes, on an overall structure, we know it's a downtrend, but I just want to take quick scalps, as in buy to sell, something like that. So I am going down to 15 minutes. Then on 15 minutes time frame, I would want to check out my change of character. This was the last low and this was taken out. So this is the first. And another very important thing is to note that this chart is balanced. Okay, there is no inefficient price action or there is no inefficient price action. The price action is completely efficient. So this is going to mark out my previous break of structures after the change of character. All right, this high has been taken out, so I wouldn't really mark it out. Let me mark from here. So this has been my previous change break of structures. From this change of character, we now have after this change of character, we have this move. This is a fair value gap. So this fair value gap was tapped into and the market moved and came back down because this is a liquidity zone right here. The market did not quite get down to this place, but it came to this further block, this key level here, then caused a break of structure and came back. Okay, basically So what I'm actually looking at now is a buy from this point, a buy from this point. Now market will come back up into my zone here and then moves up. So I'm basically just staging myself right here so as to flow with the market. As I said previously, a job as a trader is not actually very difficult. Just identify where the money flows, identify the liquidity zones, okay, identify where money transfers happen, and check if there are little gaps, if there are places where you can like flow with the market, okay, where you can like take your entries and make your own profits off the market movements. So I can actually still spot another key level right here below here. Okay, so basically now if market actually did violate me at this point, I'll now be looking to take from here. Maybe a market move like this, something like this might happen. Power off. Something like this might happen, and then markets come back down and take the whole thing and move. So that's a liquidity sweep. So I might actually wait for a liquidity sweep at this zone. If I see a liquidity sweep right here at any point here, I'll then take my entries for buys, basically targeting this external range liquidity. Remember, this is a scalp trade, so I'm not going to stay long here, just an in and out. So this should be my external, as in like my lowest range buy. Then this would be if market eventually moves from here, then I would be in profits also. Basically, I'm just going to wait for confirmation. I'm not going to risk enter this trade. I'm going to wait for when the market comes into the place. Then I get my confirmation. Then I'm not open my trade on my MT5. Okay, so this is basically my thought process. This is a scalp trade. Then on my day trade or swing trade, I'll basically just wait for a change of character, either here for a shift, either here or key level above. I'll basically just wait for a shift in market structure. When I see my shift, I will then target lower, taking my buys also because eventually it has hit daily time frame key level. But if it doesn't give me a shift, and then it gives me a continuation to the downside, and I'm just going to flow with the market. I'm just going to react to what the market is doing. So, well, this is a breakdown of how I will take my trades this week. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, like, and follow. See you in the next.